Welcome back everyone. In today's video I'm showcasing products from Foilicious that I'll be demoing on some press-on tips. I've got foils, mirror effect flakes and pigments, and of course the seriously sticky foil gel, the matte and no wipe top coats. On this I have started with painting a coat, and we paint in a different way to as you would be painting on people's nails, so that you don't get any lumps and bumps at the front or at the back. So I've coated all of them off camera, and I'm sorry for going off camera a little bit, but I've done them all, and then for the thumbnail I have applied a base coat, so that I've got something for my flakes to adhere to. So I'm just applying a very, very thin coat, and this particular one only cures in 10 seconds. I'm going to apply the Lagoon colour of the Mirror Effect Flakes on the thumb, and I pretty much focused it mostly down the centre third of the thumbnail. I just use an old brush that I can pick up the flakes with, and I apply it on there. Just tapping them down, and you can apply as much or as little as you like. And once I am happy with the application, I then coated them again with a bit of the base gel. I've pressed them down really well, just so that I don't coat over the top with my top coats, because I don't want to contaminate them. So I always have a spare bottle of a base gel that I use for my flakes and my pigments and glitters and what have you. And I do apologise if I go off camera. Once I'm happy with that, I've cured it. I'm also going to, now that it's got a sticky layer, I'm going to just tap a little bit of some gold foil. I believe that one was 203. And then of course apply base gel again and top coat it. I use the no wipe top coat on the thumbnail. Now for the yellow ones that I did, I will show you what I've done. I've applied no wipe top coat so I can put the gold pigment. Now I did two different golds there, but with the two different gel colour. And one of them it's a glitter and the other one's a yellow. I found the yellow was brighter, so I went with that one. They're the two colours that I chose. And here I'm applying, and I'm having accidents with the little bits falling everywhere, but I sort that out. So you pat it on. I pat it on really, really well, and then I start burnishing it by stroking with the applicator backwards and forwards until it's nice and smooth. And then I get an old brush, a fluffy brush, and I just brush off the excess before I use a base gel again to coat that. And then I will put a no wipe top coat over the top of it so that it's all secured. But I'm going to do some artwork on that as well. I did a second coat because you just get a better look when you do two. And again, burnishing and removing any excess with a fluffy brush, and then coating it again. Again, I always use a base over the top of it before applying the top coat. And in this case with my top coat, I'm going to be putting some gems. But moving on, I'm going to use the seriously sticky foil gel on the next two nails. I've applied it thinly, and I'm applying foil 361, which is a gorgeous denim-y blue marble sort of a foil. It's just beautiful, and it adheres and applies or transfers really, really well. Absolutely love this particular one. I've used it quite a bit in some of my samples that I've been doing. It just comes off so easily, and I just carefully just make sure there's nothing overhanging. Once I've finished with both of those, I have coated them with matte top coat, the beautiful velvety matte top coat, which you will see in a moment, because then I'm going to continue and do that little geode marbled like design on there using the second layer of foil. And here I'm applying the matte. So that's because I just want two different textures happening there. So once that's done, you can see they're both beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and they feel so nice. Even if you had a whole nail coated in just the matte, it's just beautiful. So once again, I go back to my Seriously Sticky, and I'm going to do a little swirl pattern on there. It doesn't have to be precise or accurate, and even if you miss bits, it just makes it even more artistic. It's just really nice. It doesn't have to be consistent, a consistent line. So I'm using my brush on the angle, so I'm not using it on a flat, so then I can see where I'm going. You can use a fine liner brush if you like, a detailer brush to do this, but I've just used the brush out of the bottle. Don't have to get too fussy with it. Back into the lamp. And that's foil 248, and I think this one's called Mother of Foil. I love it, and this one transfers really well as well. So I do it to both of them. I start at the center, even though it's on a funny angle that I've painted it, still start at the center and move outward on either side to ensure that it's all adhered properly and transferred properly. After doing both, I'm going to do a little bit of painting, and I've been using gel paints from Planet Nails, and I've got Young Nails Mission Control ones as well. This is a lovely short liner brush from Just Gel Me by the lovely Sarah Haley. They've been great, Sarah, thank you. Love the brushes. So here with the gold one, I'm doing a sort of like a black sort of cracked line through, but not too much, just a little bit, just to not overdo it. And once I'm happy with that, I'll cure it and seal it, and then I will be applying some gems onto it. And I've also applied gems onto the pinky as well. I did that towards the end. Then I've gone back in and I've used gold gel paint and white gel paint to create some marbling lines on the two blue ones that I have foiled. The focus is mainly the gold, and I've just done a few little bits and pieces with the white here and there. You can just barely see it. It's just to give it a bit of dimension. So once I'm happy with all that, I will carefully place some No Wipe top coat on my tile, and I'm going to use a fine liner brush because I don't want to paint it all over the entire nail for those two blue ones. I'm just going to use a detailer brush and just go over from the very edge of the painted lines from one side to the other, just to encapsulate the second foil that I've placed there and make sure it's all secured. And I've been wearing them and they've not moved, they've not peeled, they have not budged, they've been great. This is a fine liner from Nail Perfect. So I'm just carefully picking up the no wipe top coat and just putting it on there quite liberally, but painting within the line, so to speak. So here I'm showing you how I've sealed the gold one with the black lines that I had painted on there. And then I go back in there again with the golds, and I use a really sticky gummy gel, and this one is from Max Estrada's in Alcachua, to secure them. I dab a little bit onto the nail surface, and then I carefully coat it with a no wipe top coat, and then place my gems and caviar beads and what have you. What happens is it acts like a shrink wrap, and it holds everything down. I've never had anyone lose any stones or crystals or anything doing it this way. This works really well when you've got small gems, but if you've got anything bigger, I suggest going and adhering the bigger items with maybe acrylic or a different product to secure them, because you could knock them off. But with these smaller ones, it's fine. And that's the little one I did with some gems and some caviar beads. And that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, just comment, and thanks for watching.